Je suis l'eau, une molécule composée de deux éléments, l'hydrogène et l'oxygène. Sous cette apparente simplicité, je cache une richesse exceptionnelle. Vous me consommez, je vous désaltère. Vous arrosez, je fais pousser vos récoltes. Je suis à l'origine de la vie. Vous savez à quel point je suis précieuse. Pourtant, je suis aussi la source d'une énergie que vous ignorez. Une énergie renouvelable. Grâce aux progrès technologiques et à l'association d'entreprises suisses, je peux désormais vous dévoiler tout mon potentiel. C'est en mon cœur que se trouve l'hydrogène, ce vecteur prometteur de la transition énergétique. Pour le récupérer, un courant électrique d'origine renouvelable va séparer les atomes pour avoir l'oxygène d'un côté et l'hydrogène de l'autre. Une pile à combustible transforme mon hydrogène en électricité pour alimenter le moteur électrique du camion. C'est mon hydrogène qui propulse ce camion de 40 tonnes et lui assure sa pleine autonomie dans ses longs transports nationaux. Un camion qui a la particularité de ne rejeter que de l'eau en roulant. Vous me voyez de nouveau? Je suis là, dans ce petit nuage. Je suis porteuse d'un avenir enthousiasmant. J'ouvre de nouvelles voies pour un transport écologique. Je suis l'eau. Migros Genève, Green GT, SIG, l'ARAG et la Fondation Nomads innovent ensemble pour une mobilité zéro émission 100% hydrogène, locale et renouvelable pour relever le défi de la mobilité durable. Regroupés autour du projet GO, Génération Hydrogène, les partenaires ont pour objectif de démontrer la viabilité économique et technique d'une filière hydrogène entièrement suisse. De la production d'hydrogène par électrolyse alimentée, avec de l'énergie renouvelable, au stockage et à la distribution via une station hydrogène. Les compétences de tous permettront de faire rouler un camion de 40 tonnes fonctionnant avec un groupe motopropulseur électrique hydrogène.
So hello everyone. I'm very happy to be here today and explain you the key findings of this of this project. So, oops, 1 second. So here is the value chain that you just have seen in the short movie. In order for this project to be effective and for this 40-ton truck, which is zero emission, to be able to go and to be used, you need to have a whole value chain which is on place. But because these companies are pioneering and there are not yet enough hydrogen trucks, and this one is the first one in the world, which is 40 tons and a local innovation, you need to have the whole value chain in place. So to begin with, you have to have pioneering companies. If you don't have pioneering companies who are taking the risk to launch an innovation when the value chain is not yet ready, you won't be able to have a demonstrator. So in order for the value chain to be able to run, you have to have companies like Migros. And Migros is really well known in our country to be really a pioneer in sustainable economy and sustainable sustainable responsibility. With this project, they will be able to reduce carbon footprint and consolidate progress towards sustainable logistics. You have to have Green GT, which is really the pioneering company. By the way, it's a spin-off of the EPFL. So Green GT is a supplier of high-power electric hydrogen propulsion solution for mobility. Then you have to have a company which is called l'ARAG, to be able to build up actually the truck. So l'ARAG in this project has is technology and know-how from modifying the original truck chassis to integrate hydrogen propulsion. And then once you have all these players in order to build up this truck that you have been seeing in the movie, it's not enough yet, because you need to have fueling station. And right now, you don't have enough fueling station, and enough fueling station based on green hydrogen. As you know, hydrogen can be very a source of pollution if it is not green. So, by the way that SwissTech has showed up, the way to produce green hydrogen is really giving hope. So you have to have pump, fueling station, and you have to have also local producer of green hydrogen. So, and once you have all that, it's not yet enough. You also have to have qualified workers. So with this project, with this demonstration project, we have also been implementing an analysis of the skills map which are needed in order to develop upskilling and reskilling training for workers. So we are on the verge, and this is what Nomads Foundation is also doing, is really developing the workforce of the future along the value chain of hydrogen. I will explain you also now how you go from a pilot case of the value chain, which is this hydrogen truck, to the ecosystem. So here I have designed a small sketch of a valuable hydrogen ecosystem. What do you need to have in order for this demonstrator to be able to grow? You need to have entrepreneurial culture. You have seen with the example of SwissTech that it is really a cutting-edge startup, very interesting and very important in order to produce green hydrogen. You have to have experienced mentors and experienced experts. And here, just in the French area of Switzerland, you have well-known experts like E4Tech. You need to have regulatory environment, because without regulation, for example, you know this hydrogen truck, we are now facing months of discussion with the Confederation in order to homologate this truck, and it's not yet ready. And when the market and the regulation is not yet ready, what does it mean? It means for the companies who are pioneering that they have to spend an enormous time of discussion with the government in order to be able to do it. So the regulation should be ready. But once it's not ready, when it's not ready, then the companies have to do it for the following ones. And this is a very tricky part, because you know time is money, and as Professor Hausherr has said before, when there is a new energy like hydrogen which is coming into a sector, it requires an enormous amount of money. So you have another point which is very important to create an ecosystem, is the availability of capital. And availability of capital is not only private money, but also public money. So due to the demonstrator that I have shown you before, which is called GO, the hydrogen truck, the Geneva Parliament has voted a fund of 10 million in order to develop the infrastructure on hydrogen, and especially for mobility. But 10 million is not enough. You need to have more money coming. And as you know, in Switzerland, we are we like to do public policy which are bottom-up public policy. But as you all know, and the title of the showcase is 2030, if we want to achieve the sustainable goals of 2030, we have to speed up. And in order to speed up, we have to help pioneering companies like the one I have been shown you. So money should also come from the Confederation. Regulation should encourage other players to come into the ecosystem. And all these players should be coordinated, because of the time which we are all lacking. So the other aspect that you can see for an ecosystem to be sustainable is also infrastructure. These are key, as you've been seeing. If there are no fueling stations, there won't be any other mobility based on hydrogen. You have to have successful pilot. We need to dream, and we need to have companies who are really experienced and who are really specialized in this field. You have to have support organization. We have a lot of support organization, and this is really an opportunity for the ecosystem to grow. And these support organizations should really work together in order to collaborate and to see, what is working and what is not working in order to speed up the process. And you have to have, last but not least, qualified workforce. And with qualified workforce, it's also something very strange. But in our country, we never start to train people when the market is not ready. But when you see the speed of the transformation, the training organization should completely change their model. We cannot do like we do today, is always looking in the past and think, what are the training we will have to set up? We know that it takes 10 years to transform a curriculum. So we know that we don't have time to transform the curriculums. We have to take action now and speed up the process of reskilling and upskilling. And this is why we have taken the charge to develop a model of upskilling and reskilling with hydrogen, even if the market is not ready yet, because we know that the cycles are long. And if we want this ecosystem to be able to really be a sustainable one, we need to take action now in order to train people and the workforce of the future for the 5 or 10 years to come. So I think I'm a little over time, or do I have 2 minutes to conclude?
You are over time, but we're also sitting down for the fireside chat after, so
Perfect.
we'll leave it for that moment.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for Sabrina.